Okay.
How you doing, everybody? My name is Warren Dews. I'm the publisher of the Greenville Pioneer, the Ravenna News Herald, and the Columbia Paper, which are all under the umbrella of the Upstater. We have this thing we call community conversations, and under that umbrella, we have get to know, ask the expert, and meet your neighbor. Well, today, I guess all the boxes is checked. I mean, this person is someone we want to get to know. All these people are someone we want to get to know. They're expert probably in some of the things that we're going to talk about today, and and they're neighbors. So we want to, I guess we check all the boxes. Who's not on camera that's going to be forced to talk is our editor, Melanie. Say hi, Melanie.
Hi, everybody.
All right, all right, all right. So I'm gonna start with Diane. Introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you are.
Hi there. My name is Diane Weisbeck, and my husband and I moved to Greenville just about 6 years ago. And just a few months after we moved here, I was invited onto the Peace Boat by Carrie Bannigan, who is the director of the Fashion Impact Fund. When Carrie invited me to write an article about the fashion show on the Peace Boat, I said, that sounds great. What's the Peace Boat? And that was the beginning of my journey to where we are today.
Awesome. Well, I asked that same question. What's the Peace Boat? And I guess we're going to go to the expert of the Peace Boat. So is that Emily?
Yes. Thank you so much, Warren.
No problem.
Nice to meet you all. Thank you for having us on your show. And thank you to Diane for, coming on board the Peace Boat. So I work as the director of Peace Boat US in the United Nations Plaza in New York City. And we organize global voyages on board the ship, which is the MV Pacific World, which is known as our Peace Boat, traveling to more than 20 countries every 3 months. And we have about 1,800 people right now on the ship going around the world, learning about peace and sustainability through our educational programs. And it was one of the great collaborations we had with the United Nations Fashion and Lifestyle Network, also run by Carrie Bannigan and our partners at the UN Office for Partnerships. And we have been coordinating lots of different activities in New York around the SDGs and also for ocean conservation. And we're really proud that this time Liana is going to be joining us as one of our Youth for the SDGs Scholars focused on the United Nations Ocean Decade. So really glad to be here today.
Awesome. So I want to learn a little more about the Peace Boat. I have a lot of questions, but Liana, so you are the, I guess, star of this show right now. Why are you doing this? Who are you? First of all, tell everybody who you are.
Hi, my name is Liana Lekocevic, and I am the recipient of this scholarship to be aboard the Peace Boat. And I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I just graduated college in May, and I really wanted to pursue one of the passions that I haven't been able to really get to in my life. I've never had the opportunity to learn about the ocean. I've always been fascinated with the ocean, and I've watched a lot of documentaries, but I've never actually, beyond going to the beach during vacation, been able to actually interact with it. And so I came across this opportunity to go to the Peace Boat. My mother came into contact with Diane, who told her all about it, and she told me about it, and I decided to apply. And also the Peace Boat's message of we are people, not governments, really struck a chord with me, since throughout my undergrad and high school career, I have pursued that ideology as well, and been involved in multiple programs. And so I thought it would have been perfect for me to join or apply to join the Peace Boat.
So if everybody notices her last name, she's the daughter of our executive editor, Melanie. And so Melanie's off camera, but she's going to ask some questions as well. But let's just stay here. So Diane, you are a Rotarian. Tell everybody what how Rotary is.
Well, that's a very good question. When 6 years ago, roughly, when we bought this house, which is a little place of heaven in the country. It's a rural area here. and we have a stream, and we have a forest, and all the little animals. It's just lovely. Well, the woman who was the realtor for the gentleman who was selling the house, we started up a conversation. And after the sale of the house, she invited me to join the Rotary, which I knew nothing about. In fact, I had all the wrong misconceptions of what the Rotary was. But I went to a meeting and I thought, this is a great way to get started doing something positive for my new community. And so after I worked on different projects, and after maybe a year, I was sitting with some other people. I can't remember the project we're working on. And I said, boy, we do all these great local projects. Wouldn't it be great if someday we can do a global project? In fact, I would like to do a global peace project. And then the person next to me, who was a Rotarian for many years, she said, oh, you can do that. I said, why didn't anybody tell me that? Okay. Then I knew exactly what I wanted to do, because I didn't know it was possible, actually, because I was new and I was still learning. And I remember when I met Mr. Tatsuya, who is the founder of the Peace Boat, the first time I was on the Peace Boat. He is such a soft-spoken person, and he's such a modest person, but his energy for helping the world, everybody. He doesn't have a distinction. You're from this country, you're from that country. No, his story is actually, we should add his story. Don't you think, Emily, as well? It's amazing, his story. And I was so impressed by him and his dedication to global peace, the sustainability of the world, and of course, all the different sustainable development goals that guide the United Nations. Also, if I'm correct, Emily, guide the Peace Boat. And also, those are the similar goals to the Rotary. So I thought, well, now that I realize that I can do a program like this through the Rotary, because I really didn't have any idea. That's what I want to do.
All right. So I've been Rotarian since, I think, 1997. I joined one in the one in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and I've been kind of out of it recently because of different things. But I truly believe in Rotary. It is an amazing organization. So, Emily, let's get back to you. Explain more about the Peace Boat. What is Leanna about to embark upon? If you can let us know what she's about to do.
Yeah, we're really excited about this upcoming voyage. This is our 117th global voyage around the world. And so we count how many times Peace Boat has circumnavigated the globe. So this is 117 times since Peace Boat was founded in 1983. We're celebrating our 41st anniversary this year. And during each global voyage, we have various guest speakers who come on board and give lectures and workshops about human rights, sustainable development, gender equality, youth empowerment, access to water, you name it. We're really working on every single one of the 17 sustainable development goals, like Diane mentioned. And on the side of our ship, we have the logo of the SDGs painted. So Peace Boat has special consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations, which means that we're able to participate in all kinds of high-level conferences and also bring the voice of youth and civil society to the United Nations and vice versa. So this project that Leanna's joining is our Youth for the SDGs Scholarship Program. It's a program for young leaders ages 18 to 30 who are already interested in sustainability in their home communities and are interested in coming on board, participating in experiential learning programs, and also we'll be doing what I have here, a water test kit. We'll be doing some water sampling as a civil society program, really getting young leaders to learn about citizen science, testing a little bit of test tubes with the oxygen level, pH level, turbidity, and temperature of the water, and then sharing that data with the United Nations Ocean Data Information System. So we're actually contributing to ocean science through the program.
So help me out. Where's the boat leave from? What kind of boat is it? Explain that.
Our ship holds about 2,000 people as a max capacity.
Oh, so
And
small.
yeah, pretty small. Peace Boat started
Sure.
out with a long time ago. Peace Boat didn't start out with a ship this size. We've grown over the years. So as we continue to travel, we become quite popular, at least with people who really want to do a global voyage, which is 3 months around the world. You visit 20 countries during that 3 month period. And on board the ship, there's all kinds of, guest speakers and workshops, film screenings happening every day. And so this voyage that Liana and I are about to take right now will be from Mexico and the coastal city of Manzanillo. The ship was just here in New York City this week for World Oceans Week. Now it's going to be sailing through the Panama Canal, and we'll be coming up to Mexico, where we're going to get on board, and then we'll be traveling to Vancouver and Alaska through the fjords of the Arctic.
How long, Liana, how long are you going to be on this boat? Do you know?
Around a month. I'm going to be at the hotel with the Peace Boat on June 25th. I arrive, and then I am exiting the program July 19th.
So, Liana, I know you probably don't know this, but I know a lot about you, a lot about you. I know that my son is about to be a senior, and I know he was dealing with a lot of things when he was graduating with COVID. Like he didn't have his graduation was kind of crazy. His football season was kind of crazy because of COVID. And then you graduated, and then all this other stuff was going crazy in the world with colleges and things of that nature. So I know firsthand that you're someone that deserves this opportunity because you worked hard to get to where you are. How do you feel about that? All the stuff that you went through to get to this point where you're being blessed to be selected for this?
I mean, I definitely feel like I'm making up for some lost time in high school and in college because I was very involved in high school. I was less so in college because I became disheartened by COVID, and it was a hit to me emotionally, and my entire college career was disrupted. I even had plans in high school. I was planning an international fair in my school since I was head of international club at the time, and that never came to fruition because of COVID. And so this feels like an opportunity to make up for that, and which is part of the reason why I am so grateful for the opportunity.
Well, it just shows everyone listening that you just keep moving forward. You don't stop. You keep moving, and you get these opportunities. So I'm very happy for you. So, what are your plans? And anybody can ask this, but what are your plans as you're traveling on this? What do you plan to get out of this? And that's for you. But then I want to talk to Diane and Emily.
Well, I have a large interest in science, and I've never really been able to engage with environmental science from a scientific level. From a community level, yes, but I am very excited to go through all of the programs that they have planned. Like there's a coral reef program and the sea turtles program, releasing some baby turtles back into the ocean, and I'm extremely excited for that. So
when do y'all leave, Emily? When y'all leave?
We're going to be both traveling together. Actually, Liana and I have the same flight from Mexico City on June 25th, next Tuesday.
Awesome.
That's great.
So what do you have to bring something back to Diane? And like you're bringing a report back, Diane? How's Rotary tie into all this?
Well, at first I would like to mention that when you asked Liana if she felt blessed, well, I have to say that I feel blessed, and the Rotary feels blessed that we were able to find Liana and offer her the scholarship, because she's amazing. And I know you haven't had a chance to look at her resume. She's just amazing. When I met her mom, and she said Liana taught herself how to read hieroglyphics, I said, thank you very much, because she is a person that goes out and looks for opportunity and education. Doesn't sit around and wait for it. She goes looking for it. She hunts for it. And we're so blessed. I just wanted to say how happy we are. But as far as the Rotary, this is the first time this has ever happened. So this is a very historic initiative. And when I mean it's the first time it's ever happened, the Rotary has a history with the United Nations. In 1945, directly after World War II, representatives from 50 countries from around the world got together and sat down with 38 members of the International Rotary, and they sat down together and formed the United Nations. So we're celebrating that legacy now with Emily, with Liana, with Mr. Tatsuya on the Peace Boat. So it's never happened before where these three very important organizations has come together. Now, this is just the beginning. Even though we're making history, it's the first time. When Liana comes back with her videos, I will be sending those out to all of the Rotary chapters. And I don't know how many there are. Well, you know, they're all over the world. And once the Rotary chapters see that they can send their own scholar from their own hometown on board the Peace Boat with Emily, they will say, wow, this is an amazing opportunity for us and for our young scholar. And they will be also, I'm positive of this, they will also be sending their scholars. So this is just like the very tip of the iceberg for this program. It's going to be huge.
Awesome. Yep. So, Emily, you're going on this trip. Are you excited? Have you went on this before? Did you mention that? Have you been on this trip before?
I'm so excited. This is going to be actually a new voyage of the UN Ocean Decade programs. I myself have been around the world 6 times as international director on board the ship. I've been with Peace Boat since 2004. And when I met Diane and we started talking about collaborating with the Rotary, I'm a big fan of Rotary as well. So I thought that would be perfect to do this first, as she said, kind of tip of the iceberg program where I'm sure Liana is going to represent everybody very well on board. And when we come back telling our stories, we'll have a lot more to share. So I hope we can interview her also after the voyage and do like a round 2 chapter to close out this session and learn more about what she had to experience on the ship. And also, I'm organizing all the programs in Mexico, mangrove reforestation, coral reef study programs. We're going to be looking at also oyster farms, doing the water testing, and really helping students learn about ocean science through a firsthand perspective. And I think that for me is very life-changing for any student who joins us on board.
So you've been around the world 6 times?
That's right.
Dag, I've been in the Bronx 6 times, I think. I'm joking. That's amazing. I'm gonna have to add that to my list of things I want to do.
You can join us on board next time.
All right, cool. So listen, this is exciting. What I'm mostly excited about, I mean, I know you're going to go away and come back. I'm excited about you coming back and us doing this again and getting the report. Now, Melanie, I'm not going to let you go without talking about how proud you are of your daughter and what this means to you.
Well, I think she was basically, when I first heard about this from Diane, I said, you've got to meet my daughter. She was built for this. This is exactly what she likes to do. She loves science. She loves peace building initiatives. She loves international cultures. She would go, she hasn't talked about where she's been in the world, but by the age of 21, she's been to, give them a list of places you've been that you can think off the top of your head.
Northern Ireland, France, Israel, Thailand, Cambodia, South Korea, Japan, Taiwan, in Qatar.
Whoa.
She's been to Canada, Dominican Republic. She's been, and much of this was travel she did by herself as a college student. So she has been around and she just absolutely loves learning about other cultures. So this was an opportunity that we're both grateful for. And I think she's really going to learn a lot from it. And the plan actually is for her to send videos every few days while she's out there. And we'd like to share it with our readership and with the people who watch us on Facebook. She's going to be doing videos every few days of where she is and like, where in the world is Liana? So she'll be talking about what she's learning about and hopefully getting Emily involved and some of the other people who are on the trip with her. And so we're really looking forward for her to bring a big part of her experience back so we can share it with the community.
So, Leanna, have you been to Brattleboro, Vermont?
I've been to Vermont. I don't think
But you haven't been to Brattleboro, so I got you beat. I just had to beat you on something. I had to beat you. That's amazing. All those places. Well, listen, I'm excited about this thing, and Melanie, thank you for letting me know about this. Everybody, as I said, this is Warren Dews. This is the community conversations. This, as I mentioned, checks a lot of boxes. Get to know our neighbors, and ask the expert, because we have a couple of experts on here. This is something that I've never heard of before, but I'm glad that we're able to push this out through our newspapers, Capital Region Independent Media, and the 3 newspapers under our umbrella. Matter of fact, we're also going to probably put this in our papers as we call it, our North papers, which is, it's in Washington County and parts of Vermont. So we're gonna put this out there all through our papers so everybody can see this. Melanie, any closing remarks?
Just that when she comes back, Leanna's got to go to Brattleboro, Vermont.
So I am going to sign off and thank everybody for being here. But what I want to do something special. Liana, you have the last word. What do you want to change in this world, number one? And what do you think you're going to be able to change when you come back from this trip?
Well, in the world, I would like people to talk to each other, quite honestly. Just talk more with each other. Don't just look at party lines. Don't look at where you're from in the world. Just sit down and talk with someone and realize we're all people and we all have diverse interests and backgrounds, and we all have something to contribute to the world, and just be respectful of that. And from what I'm hoping to bring back from this trip is just experience in environmental sustainability and in ocean conservation, and I hope to be able to join more programs like this in the future, or just know how to help from my own corner of the world, and perhaps bring some sustainability to this region of New York and just get more of the community involved.
Awesome. We're excited. And I don't know if you noticed, but you're officially my niece. So I'm just letting the world know that that I'm just proud of you. So proud of you. Thank you, everybody. This is Warren Dews signing off.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.